between 9th and 12th and on East 8th Street as well are restricted from bicycle, skateboard, and scooter use. So remember, skateboards, bicycles, and scooters cannot be on sidewalks in downtown to help create a safe pedestrian environment. Additionally, pedestrians should look for posted signs and crosswalks and use those when crossing the street. Downtown Sioux Falls has many great outdoor spaces for residents and visitors to enjoy. Excessive noise from engines, loud music, and loud exhausts restricts people's ability to take advantage of these outdoor spaces. Excessive noise is a violation of a city ordinance and could result in a citation being issued. Please, be respectful of everyone that is enjoying downtown Sioux Falls.
While we may not agree on everything,
like who's the best university in town,
we can all agree that creating a safe environment to enjoy DTSF is worth striving for.
So whether you're traveling through or headed to a downtown destination, remember, slow down through downtown and have a safe summer.
Welcome back to Inside Town Hall. Our next topic we are talking about is Levitt at the Falls. If you haven't been there, you need to go. And we're here with City Councilor Marshall Selberg, and his guest is Nancy Halverson, the Executive Director of Levitt at the Falls. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Now, not everybody in Sioux Falls has been to the Levitt yet, and so now we need to get them there because it is an absolute jewel in the city of Sioux Falls.
And it's summertime for outdoor concerts and fun, so perfect guest to have here and get us ready for the summer.
Yeah,
right,
so let's talk about this. Give us just a little bit of background of the outdoor music venue is what it is, and how it got here and why we need to be there.
Sure. So Levitt at the Falls is part of a national network of outdoor music venues that were all created to build community through music. It's actually a family foundation that was started, and we were selected. Right now we're the smallest community to have a Levitt shell in the nation. There are 9, eventually there will be 12, and all of us are charged with free music, making it accessible to everybody. So that's what we do.
Let's talk a little bit about you opened and then there was a pandemic, like many businesses, and although it's free for people to come to the event, you started off with many challenges even though it was an outdoor concert.
Yes.
And how did you get through that? And now there's light at the end of the tunnel.
That's right. That's right. Well, actually, the Levitt was 10 years in the making from the time the idea came to our town until we opened in 2019. That first year, we enjoyed 30 free live concerts, and we broke all kinds of attendance records, and then the pandemic hit. And we knew that year that it was critical for us to find a way to keep going, both because we were the new kid in town, we had to keep the energy happening, but then also thinking about our community and what our community needed, right? We were all hurting so much, alone, stuck in our homes. So we, like so many businesses, pivoted, and we created something called Levitt in Your Living Room with our friends at South Dakota Public Broadcasting, who helped us basically do interviews over the internet. We were able to show the best of artists' work and interview them. So it was kind of that backstage conversation you don't get to have. So it was something that we didn't even know we wanted to do, but it ended up being terrific. In that first year, we had over 200,000 viewers on 6 continents. So it was fascinating to see it just kind of go viral. And then we created something called Levitt in Your Neighborhood. And that was a program where we hired local musicians and took them to perform in places where people had to be together. For example, we actually did a couple of concerts at the Avera Cancer Center. You know, they have that beautiful atrium, and then the treatment rooms are above. So we had the musicians below. They were playing music, and people could hear it as they had infusions. We took a band out to the state fairgrounds where they were doing the food giveaways, and people were waiting in line in the heat for hours to pick up their food. We had musicians there just playing along as they were in their cars, so they could just have a little relief, just give people a smile. So that was what our COVID year was like.
Sure.
And then last year back to 40 concerts, and this year up to 50.
It's so nice that it's access to performing arts and concerts, and again, it's at no cost for these folks to enjoy it.
Sure. And talk a little bit about what this does for Sioux Falls. having the Levitt Shell in downtown Sioux Falls and having access to this program that hardly anyone in the country has.
Yeah, again, another addition, another reason why we're such a unique and special community and city. It's just another thing a little above and beyond what you normally find in this part of the country and in a city our size. So, and then of course it's kind of around the downtown area, which we always seem to have something new and exciting going on there too. But yeah, we hear nothing but good things and excitement around that, and maybe you've heard some things too you want to share.
Sure, yeah. So, you know, with the arts, people always talk about the feel-good part of the arts, but I think it's important too that we talk about the business side, right? Having the Levitt in downtown has had a huge economic impact on our community. So we know that it cost us $4.6 million to build the facility. That was all through donations, right? The city contributed the land, the National Levitt Foundation helped, but then it was the rest of our community who stepped up with those dollars. So $4.6 million once to build it. Now every year going forward, we bring over $5 million in economic impact to the community. That is a good return on a dollar, right? And now, those numbers are actually from 2019. Now you consider all that has been built, the Cascades, everything that's happening with Sioux Steel. That number, I can't wait to do the next economic impact study and see. I'm sure it's going to be closer to 13, 14 million
I would think so.
That the Levitt is responsible for bringing back to our community.
Let's talk a little bit about that. So do you have research that shows that people are traveling to Sioux Falls, they're getting a hotel, they're coming and they're spending money in the hotels, the restaurants, the bars, everything?
We do. Actually, we work with an external research firm, and we have folks on the lawn 12 nights throughout the summer who will do research for us. So they're doing a survey asking people, did you eat at a restaurant? Are you staying at a hotel? How far did you come? And what we have found is that they are spending money downtown, and they're coming from miles away. So we have had visitors from every single state and from 14 countries. The bulk of the attendance is from the states obviously surrounding us, but it has been a huge draw. Again, you know, from a tourism point of view, economic impact point of view, this is important to our community.
Talk a little bit about the whole concept of getting artists in to perform, because while it's free for us to come and listen,
yes,
your artists are not performing for free.
Oh no. Actually, so we're an interesting nonprofit, right? Most nonprofits have a business model where they try to do 50% earned and 50% contributed to get to their total. For us, we're intentionally 98% contributed. Tiny earned revenue for us. So we're always out asking. In fact, somebody asked my son when he was younger what his mom did, and he said, I think she's a fancy beggar. So we're always looking for those sponsors. Sanford Health is our lead sponsor. They have been for 5 years now. And then for every genre of music, like country music or rock and roll, we have a genre sponsor. So those folks, and then every single concert also has a sponsor. So we're always trying to find creative ways to engage the community and let them come be a part of this and help it continue to be free. So yes, the artists are all paid. That's really important to us. And there's many local musicians on our stage. So we'll have the 50 headliners, and then we'll also have 50 opening acts. All 50 of those are paid local performers. So we will employ about 400 artists every summer, and that's just performers. That's not all the technical crew. And I would say half of those are local.
Okay. Talk about your need for volunteers, because I've been out there and there's a lot of people working the grounds,
yes,
and I can't imagine that you have a budget to pay people.
No, yeah. That's huge. So we actually pride ourselves on what we call radical hospitality. So when you walk up to the lawn, we want somebody there to greet you with a smile, welcome you, and give you directions, give you a schedule, and all of those folks are volunteers. So every night we have about 18 volunteers with us on the lawn. Sometimes those are just individuals who have gone through our website and said, hey, I want to be a part of this. Other times it's our sponsors. You know, a bank may be the sponsor and say, we're going to send you 12 volunteers for the night. And they all wear their bank t-shirts and they make it a party, right? It has been so much fun.
Yeah, we hear back from a lot of those volunteers, and they just talk about the atmosphere and how much fun it is. Great. And it's, yeah, you hear about that a lot.
You know, when I didn't really understand what it was when I went the first time, and then when I saw families getting up, and there's dads and their kids up dancing, and the families are dancing, and the individuals get up and they'll just start dancing, and they bring their own lawn chairs, or they can rent a lawn chair. The whole place just comes alive, and it doesn't really matter what kind of music is playing. People just absolutely love this event.
Thank you. That just makes me so happy to hear.
Well, because it's so new, it's so new, and not to understand, usually if we're going to go buy a ticket, or even if we're going to go to a free concert, it's going to be something that we know the band, or we know who's going to play. We want to research that before. And a lot of these artists we've never heard of. And they have just completely different music that we don't have a lot of access to. And so to get out there and to see everyone in the crowd enjoying music that you've never thought you even it's pretty incredible.
It is. And I love that you say that. That has actually been my goal. I want people to say, what are you doing tonight? Well, we're going to the Levitt. Well, who's playing? Oh, it doesn't matter. They're all great. Right? And you can come, spend 30 minutes. If it's not your cup of tea, that's okay. Come back tomorrow. It'll be something totally different. The diversity of music has been really important.
How do they get the schedule, and how do they know what time it starts?
Sure. So the best way to get the schedule is on our website, which is just levitt-siouxfalls.org. We're also on social media, of course, like crazy. And I really do suggest that people watch that social media on nights when weather looks a little iffy, because we'll always update what's happening if we need to delay for rain or whatever. We do go rain or shine. We'll only stop if it's lightning or something dangerous.
All right.
Well, you do a great job. Your fancy begging is doing pretty good.
Thank you.
Doing a great job.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, and check out the Levitt Shell if you have not been there. If you would like more information about what's going on in the city of Sioux Falls, go to siouxfalls.org. That's our time. Thanks for watching.